there's the sun looking right at me, isn't it? Okay. Would you mind extending the awning for me?
Yeah,
please?
absolutely.
Thanks. Here comes the awning. Oh, baby. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is a big ass awning.
I know, about 15 feet or so. You got plenty of space.
Very nice. Now, what's the rule about wind and rain?
So it's going to be about 15-mile-an-hour winds is when you're going to want to bring it on in. And if you don't have like a wind sensor, because it doesn't have automatic wind sensors on it, they have apps on your phone, but really it's when you kind of see that fluctuation up and down on it, and it's usually time to bring it in.
So
or if you go for like a walk or go to sleep at night, you know, because you never know when the weather's going to change.
Okay, so at night you pull it in before?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Because, you know, it could just get really windy while you're sleeping. And then with the rain and stuff, I mean, as long as it builds up, you know, quite a bit, the easy trick to do is it does have a pull down to adjust the pitch. So if it does rain or snow or anything, you can just yank on this elbow and all that stuff will just trickle off and fall off for you.
Great.
So you should be all right there. And then both sides do the same thing too.
Yeah, we're very pleased. So if I understood you right, generator is a much better choice than solar.
Absolutely. Solar's great, you know, for as long as everything that you have is electric. But every now and then when you got, you know, bigger components that you need to power up, then usually it's going to be the generator to get everything going.
So in that sense, it runs right from the directly from the generator, not through the batteries, or how does that?
Well, it would be from your short cord. You plug your short cord into the generator.
Into the generator.
Yep, and essentially that would act as a power block, just as the wall does.
Okay, very good. We're just going to move around the back here and see how lovely that awning is. I imagine you never try to change one of these flat tires by yourself, do you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you are experienced enough into knowing, you know, what kind of jack system and everything it takes to actually get it up there.
Okay.
Because they're pretty significantly big jacks that you use to actually get the camper up. And the one thing I would suggest is just never use those stabilizer jacks as jacks to get the unit up for such thing, because it'll bend the frame pretty good that way.
Now, if I have something like Good Sam's Club or something, they'll come out and fix my tire.
Absolutely. Yep.
All
Pick you up or pull over on the side of the road, fix the tire, and get you going again.
Okay, and that's no matter where I am?
Yep.
If I'm in dispersed camping or something like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Out the boonies too.
All right. How do I know how much propane I have?
So on your actual LP tanks, I don't know if you have a regulator on there or not. Is it bungeed in there? No, it's just on there really good. So right here, you'll have a nice little gauge on there for you. And obviously all green means that you're green and good to go. Now when this starts to turn a little, you'll notice it'll all kind of turn a little bit red. See that little red stripe you see there?
Oh, I see.
And then the more red it turns, that's when you're starting to get more and more empty.
So you get a warning there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, good.
And I mean, they're gigantic tanks, so it's going to take a little while for you to run those things all the way down, especially on a unit this size, because you're not going to use too much.
Okay.
I would imagine, unless you're really just running strictly your refrigerator off of it on all times, and then you're cooking pretty constantly.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the only thing you're going to be using it for. So.
All right. Let's see. Let me just take some inside, and I think we'll be ready to go. You did a really nice job setting this up and getting,
Oh, yeah.
getting the heat on and everything.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
So let me guess, you never go camping, or do you?
Not often. I'm more of a avid hiker. Me and my
Uh-huh.
girlfriend go hiking quite a bit.
Yeah.
As far as camping though, eventually I will at some point. It's just I'm looking for the right unit, just like you were. You know, it kind of took a little bit for me to want to actually get the one that I want.
Yeah.
And I need a giant truck too. If I'm gonna, so I'm probably gonna get a big fifth wheel or something. I got kids and stuff, you know.
Yeah, well, we're in a funny position. Since we found this trailer and it was just what we wanted,
Right.
I don't have a place to store it or a truck.
Right. I saw that Subaru Outback. Right.
Uh,
Was that the vehicle you guys were using?
No, I just have a Honda Accord, but I have to buy a
gotcha.
truck.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
And so I've been busily doing that as well. And
Sure.
it's weird buying things these days because the supply
bit.
is so crazy. And
Yep. Especially with cars right now, it's pretty crazy.
but normally I'm not the kind of person who would buy a trailer and then not be able to pull it or have any place to store it.
Right.
But these are different times.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's funny how times have changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very good storage. Yeah,
All kinds of space, all around.
yeah. Oh, that heater feels good.
Oh yeah.
And that's happy to run on propane.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay, so. And it's winterized, isn't it?
It's winterized for you. Yep.
Okay, good. And the, oh, what was I going to say? There we go. What is the maintenance schedule for something like this? What do you need to look out for, and what do you need to do on a regular basis, say, I don't know, every 6 months? Or...
The main things that you're going to want to look out for is, I would say probably checking your vents and your AC. Make sure that you have continuous breathable air, just because they do have filters up on the tops there. So if you're using them constantly during the summertime, you know, just like you would at home, take those out and check those. Roof maintenance. You do have a walkable roof, so probably at least once a year I would get up on top and just check around all the die-core seals, everything that's sealed up on top, which would be like your AC, your antenna, and all that stuff up top, and just make sure you have no leaks or broken seals or anything.
Okay.
Battery checks, you know, obviously battery checks are pretty important because you want to make sure those 12 volts are on and running pretty well.
How do I know how much battery power I have?
You would probably have to get a battery tester. Just get one of those, you know, you can buy them at AutoZone. They're like $15 with the little red and the black wire on there. Just to test the voltage and make sure it's sitting at least 12.5 volts.
I see.
And that should be pretty average. A lot of them will sit, you know, a little bit higher at 14 or so. And then other than that, you don't really have like a battery meter that'll tell you exactly where the battery level's at. Actually, you do.
Oh.
Even better. So if you look right here on your board, here's going to be your battery reader right there. And we're sitting on full, but it's mostly saying full because we're plugged into the wall at the moment, so obviously we're charging at full.
Okay.
But you know, when you unplug, you have a brand new battery, so it should be still sitting at full as well.
Okay.
But that'll be a good way to tell. And then same thing with your tanks too. Just come down there and you'll be able to check what each tank is holding. And then you'll have your water pump, all that stuff down here as well.
And this is just a radio, basically, right?
Yep, just a stereo.
Okay.
It does have 2 zones on it though, so it does have the indoor and outdoor speakers. And then also Bluetooth accessible, and you can hook up HDMI straight into the TV too. So if you want a little bit of extra surround sound through the
And that
speakers,
would go in
right here.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Now, would you mind?
And this also is a DVD player. So I think, if I remember right, the RCA's are wired through here directly into the TV.
Okay.
So if you throw DVDs in there, they should be able to play on the TV too.
One last thing. Would you
Sure.
mind putting the bed down?
Absolutely. Yep, that's the best part, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Bring this down. And then we'll go ahead and grab these. And we'll grab the other side. There we go. Fold it on down. And this bad boy will come out like so.
And lo and behold, look, the
There
light
it
comes in.
is.
Yeah.
There we go. Locked into place. And you got some extra support straps for the mattress too, which is very nice to have.
Uh-huh.
And then I think you have the side adjustment. Oh, I think that's just for the tightness of this board itself.
I see. Okay.
And then, of course, the lovely window.
Yeah. Well, I'm very pleased and delighted.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Uh-huh.